Hi everyone, how's it going? How are you doing?
The fastest lap for Widener 6:47.
We are driving a online race today in a community called RRVGT, and we're driving on the Nordschleife, and we're only driving the RUF today because the RUF, of course, will be stopped being sold in RaceRoom starting next patch. So this is the goodbye RUF stream. Hi Sliders, hi Billy, hi Sailor, hi Suspicious, Bulgarian, hi Tom, Adopap, and all the rest, hi Rob. I can show you my FFB multi, yeah. I lowered it quite a bit in this car. I mean, obviously starting with the force feedback settings, which are pretty much default. Intensities at 100, steering at 100. Maybe I've lowered some of these settings, you can have a look here. But so, yeah, what you do from then on is just on a per car basis you can adjust in the steering settings. So you go to car setup,
just done a 6:49.7.
car setup, steering settings, and here I've gone down to 1.5. It's at default, it was at 2 point something, was pretty high, pretty strong for feedback, a bit too strong. So yeah, default is like this, and I've reduced it to 1.5. Now I just noticed that the steering lock also changed by default. That is something to keep in mind with every physics update, that you always should, in your setups, reset to default, in case you have a setup loaded that is stemming from an old physics set. So obviously the old setups don't work anymore. So, driving on the Nordschleife without the Grand Prix circuit today. And you may be familiar with this livery. It's the Sabine Schmidt's car. The Fricadelli car, as they call it. Let's see, we have this is actually not the race server yet. That one is still yet to come online, so this is sort of like the practice server. Because they're having a driver briefing at the moment, and then they will restart the server. Feels good, this roof. Yeah, if you like the force feedback strong, then of course leave it as it is. If you need practice or a workout. Hello Tom, hello to Aschaffenburg. And also greetings from Hamburg. So yeah, feels quite good, this roof. Now with the new physics, has a lot of traction, obviously with the rear engine.
The leader has just done 6:48.5 seconds. Sector 1 is yellow. We think that Sosa has gone off.
The setup, all I did so far was softening the front anti-roll bar a bit to reduce the understeer, hopefully.
Green flag sector 1.
And I reduced also the rear wing a little bit. Now I don't know yet if that is good or not, we will find out. Also increased the brake strength, since these cars are running on ABS. There's no real reason that I know, that I'm aware, to run less than 100% brake strength.
Yellow flag in sector 1, yellow flag in sector 2.
So the race today is going to be 90 minutes long. Quite a long race again.
Yellow flag. Leader has just done a 6:44.6 seconds.
I don't know yet if I qualify or if I start from the back. I'm tempted to start from the back again. Hi Scarsy Racer. Well, it's the RRV GT server, but it's password protected, and you would need to sign up for this race to get the password, which you can still do. The link is in the description, the first link in the description. You can go there, sign up, or if you're very late, then you can just join on the TeamSpeak of RRV GT, which you will also find under the link in the description, and just ask if you can still enter. But there have been quite a few sign-ups, so I don't know how much room there's still left on the server. Actually, I just showed my FFP settings. You can just rewind 2 minutes or 5 minutes. I should put a link with an image of my settings in the description, because people keep asking me, but they're really not far from the default profile. I may have reduced the slip effects a little bit, and I may have reduced the minimum force a tiny bit, but I would say like 80% stuck, the settings, FFP settings. What this RUF can do in the straight if we make it before the server restarts.
White flag.
Try to make room on the right. I was going for the right. Yeah, the FFP multiplier is really the most important thing that you can do. Depending on your wheel, it might be a bit too strong or too weak for feedback, and rather than changing the FFP settings, change the multiplier in the car setup. Got my teammate right behind me. Same car, looks like, or same livery. Now let's see how the low wing works. Yes, this is the goodbye call for the RUF. In case you didn't know, it will stop being sold for RaceRoom. So with the next patch in December,
Sector 3.
which of course means if you own it, you can still use it, of course, but you just can't buy it anymore if you don't have it. Then this is your last chance to get it.
You're clear. Incident clear.
He's got a good slipstream. Hi Steven.
P14.
Nice one, Macau. Very, very challenging track, that one. Also this hairpin requires some setup work, because some cars don't have a steering lock high enough, so you can actually go around it. So remember, when you drive Macau, go to your car setup, steering settings, and increase both wheel range and steering lock. But theoretically you could just increase steering lock. So the tires, the front tires, rotate more, have a bigger angle. It helps going around the hairpin. But if you increase the steering lock, then without increasing the wheel range, that makes the car much more twitchy. So I would recommend, if you increase steering lock, also increase the wheel range accordingly. Yeah, it is great fun indeed. Some cars are very, very difficult, as I found out driving the WTCC cars in Macau. They are so difficult in the fast corners. When you lift, the lift-off oversteer is just insane. Formula 3 on Macau is also very, very exciting. Too scared of Macau.
Sector 1 is 4.0 off the pace.
Right, Andrew, that's exactly what you need to do.
Green flag sector 3. Incident in sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow.
Hi, Fred.
Sector 2 is clear.
Yeah, really happy with how this car drives so far. Soon we will drive the Porsches on the Nordschleife. Just check something. Alright, just got the password for the server. Now I don't know if they're gonna restart this server or if they're gonna make a new server. So I'm gonna just head into the lobby and see if there's a new server up. Yes, there it is. So wait, hang on. Let's see what the settings are here. Fuel usage and tire wear is set to normal. 10 minutes practice, 25 minutes quali, and then 90 minutes race. No mandatory pit stop. Okay. Need to see if we can stay out for 90 minutes on one fuel tank. Probably not. Yeah, I saw that Macau crash. It's crazy. It happens. Not only with our AI, it happens in real life too. I wonder what happens with WTCC next year. Obviously, it's a new championship, WTCR. I don't know if there's gonna be a Macau race next year. I'm just gonna change my brake bias to 56 so I don't have too much turn-in understeer. And then let's see how much fuel this car holds. 110 liters, 5 laps. Well, that's not gonna be 90 minutes. The rest is as set up, yeah. Maybe I could also reduce the preload a little bit, also to help with understeer. Should make the car rotate a bit better. Porsche will be in the December patch, yes. If nothing goes wrong. That's the plan. Just so far the Cup car has been announced. You will hear what other Porsches will be in RaceRoom very, very soon. You will hear that probably tomorrow. And yeah, definitely stay tuned. Follow RaceRoom on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and that's where you're gonna get those infos. Next track in RaceRoom, not allowed to tell you, but there is a new track coming fairly soon as well, probably in January. There is a live stream of this race on the RRVGT channel as well, with commentary, yes. Hello, Paulana. So.
Pit exit's clear.
Got a heavy car now with full load of fuel. Can still take this flat dome with fresh tires. I wonder if I can lower the ride height a little bit, because it feels a bit wobbly, this car. Just gonna reduce it a little bit.
Five minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
Hopefully this helps. Hi Hawk, 78. It served as well, this RUF. Still looks pretty good, so if you wanna buy that car, the last chance before it gets taken out of the store next patch.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
So a short practice before we go into a 15-minute quali session. What do you guys say? Should I start from the back or should I qualify? I want to start from the back. It's gonna be much more interesting, I think. Don't want to drive 90 minutes by myself. But of course, I need to check who's on the server. There might be some really quick guys. It's a bit late to join this race now. You had the chance all week to sign up for it. If you follow me on Twitter or if you're in my Discord, then you would have known about this race. So I would recommend you guys, if you want to race with me, that you follow me on Twitter or join my Discord or you know, like my Facebook page, so you know in advance when I'm gonna race. And that gives you a chance to sign up for the same race. you know, when I'm streaming, it's probably in most cases already too late to join the race. What you can still try to do is to go on the TeamSpeak server of RRVGT, the guys who are organizing this race, and ask if you can get the password. Tell them Georg sent you. Maybe they will give you the password, but let's check who's on the server. Drive with a bad setup now. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Okay, we got 25. Oh, that's the Pache guys. Those guys are really quick. Thank you for the sub, by the way. Patrick Pache and Thomas Pache. Those guys are very, very quick in these GT3 cars.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
Not gonna catch them starting from the back, for sure. But I might also not be able to stay with them if I qualify. Tim Jaschler, man, he's also really quick. Thomas Nüsse, that name sounds familiar. Or Schnabi. Schnabi is also very quick. Lucas, also not slow. Ah, this will be tough, starting from the back. But I still think I'll do that. Stefan, that yellow Audi livery is not on sale anymore. It was apparently Audi had to take it down because it was not a factory. It was not a livery on that car. It was a knockoff of a a rally car or whatever. So we are not allowed to sell it anymore. We tried. Oh, I should not touch those pedals. They're last time I did that, it quit the game for me, or the server. You'll join me in the back? Nice, Schnabi. I'm guessing you're referring to the what is it called? The downsampling? The startup argument that you enter for VR, you should definitely not go above 2.0 with a 1070, I think.
Checker flags out, P19.
Other than that,
Exit's clear.
if you need to lower any visual settings, start with the car reflections. Those are quite heavy. And the rest should be fine. I don't think so, Tintop. But maybe in the future, maybe we change our minds. But let's see what next racing season brings. There will be new liveries for sure for the GT3 cars.
Now. Alright George, we've got 24 minutes to set a lap.
I was running VR on my system with a i7-700 and a GTX 1080 Ti. I was running everything on max in-game and VR 2.6, somewhere in that region, and it was pretty smooth for the most part. Well, enjoy my setup. There's not much I've done to it, and cannot promise that what I've done to it is any good at all. We will see in the race. Just let these guys pass, because I'm not 100% focused on the driving here. Hello, Bellind. not planned, Brandon, but I wouldn't exclude it. Never say never, who knows? It might very well be the case in the future, it's hard to say, but currently not in the works, that much I can tell you. But those sure are some interesting cars. Yeah, first time VR is quite an experience. It is really, really immersive. But I don't know. I have a Vive here at the moment, which I borrowed from the office. But I'm not really... I wouldn't use it that much, I think. In a race like this, for example, you know, wearing this headset for 90 minutes or even longer, I don't see myself doing that. You start sweating and the sweat runs in your eyes and you can't get it out, and I don't know. And also the resolution, just I can't get over those pixels. But if you're okay with that, then it's definitely a very immersive experience, that's for sure. Especially when you're in a motion simulator, it is really something else. Well, Sebastian, it would certainly make sense, but can't promise at this point. But you can definitely believe me that we are looking into it.
Sector 3. Sector 3 is clear.
Disadvantage of this version of the Nordschleife, that you have to do a full lap before you can do a timed lap. In the VLN layout you can take the shortcut, but this version has no shortcut. let's instead practice a pit stop. I wonder whether the white line was just around the corner, wasn't it? Motorcycle circuit at Bathurst. You know that the guys at the Red Bull Ring were looking into extending their Grand Prix circuit.
Take care, rejoin him. Your rear brakes are cold, mate.
What was it called? Is it called Südschleife? Like a longer version, similar to the Nordschleife, or more similar to the old Austria Ring. They had already started working on that. Haven't heard about it since then. That would be quite cool. Südschleife, indeed, yeah. Pit crew animation in RaceRoom, wouldn't hold my breath for that. Maybe with when the new tech is ready. Hashtag Unreal Engine 4.
Minutes left.
I'll try to go last to first. I can already promise you that I will not finish first, because we have at least 4 drivers here on the server that are potentially quicker than me. Well, Südschleife, don't confuse it with the Nürburgring Südschleife, because the old Nürburgring also had not only the Nordschleife, but also the Südschleife. But yeah, I don't remember if it was called Südschleife for the Red Bull Ring, but I saw pictures and I read an article about people speculating that they are working on a longer layout, extending on the Grand Prix layout.
Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. Green flag, Sector 2.
Thanks to the Eber. Yeah, Tim is definitely a podium candidate. We should also start from the back. Makes it more interesting for all of us. Don't underestimate the Pache guys. I don't know if they're brother or father and son, but those guys have proven to be really quick. Westschleife. Is that what they are calling it? Could be. Well, the GT3 Cup Porsche will get its own class, obviously. It's a Cup car. It's not a GT3 car. In fact, it drives completely different than these GT3 cars. Well, not completely different, but quite different. It has no ABS, no traction control. It's going to be much more challenging to drive than these cars. Of course, in multiplayer you can mix classes already, but the Cup car is not competitive with the GT3 cars. It's a little bit slower, not much actually, but it is quite. No, it's a little bit slower.
Fastest lap for USA 6:45.4. The leader's just done 6:44.3.
Yeah, then that's the case. Meridan Westschleife, yeah. Interesting.
Yellow flag, sector 1.
Thank you. I think the Cup car is almost as quick as the GT3 on the straights
The leader has just done
down here on Nordschleife.
44.3.
What's an Odyssey? Is it a new headset? So I haven't even crossed the finish line yet. This lap was probably slow enough.
The yellow exit's clear. Push.
Calculate fuel for 90 minutes.
We estimate 40 litres.
Calculate fuel for 90 minutes.
Should be about 40 litres.
Not 19, 90. Calculate fuel for 100 minutes.
We think about 206 litres.
206 for 100 minutes. 206. So yeah, we'll have to do definitely one pit stop and probably put in about 100 liters. Yeah. So that preset will work, I think. We can tweak it on track if needed. You don't like the music? I can make it a bit lower in volume, but it's nice to have something if I'm sitting in the pit lane and not talking. But now you shouldn't be able to hear it when I'm driving.
Pit exit's clear. Brake temperature looking good.
Hi Hicks. Well, if you bought the roof already, then you will keep it, of course. So it's just going to be pulled from the store. So if you own it already, then no need to worry. You can still drive it, offline and online, anywhere you want. Okay, Windows Mixed Reality, yeah. And it has this inside-out tracking, right? That's a big plus if you don't need any tracking devices to set up in your room. But it still has cables, doesn't it? If they can get rid of the cables, that would be fantastic. Plus make it less of a pain to wear overall. I'm doing it too. I'm starting from the back as well turned. Awesome. You too. I will not watch the chat as much as I'm doing now during the race for sure. Probably only on the straights. But as long as we still have the chance, I can read the chat. One cable to the computer, yeah. Well, if you keep your same account on the different computer, then everything you own, it's gonna be still there. So it's your account that the content is linked to. So it doesn't really matter on which PC you play RaceRoom. If you're using your account, you will have access to all the content you own, of course, regardless on which computer.
The leader has just done a 6:44.
Definitely not going to read the chat during the race as much. Okay, Tim also starting from the back, nice. Somebody should tell the Pache guys to do it as well.
Just done it 6:40.4 seconds.
Has a bit of turn and understeer, this car, but very good traction.
Sector 3 is yellow. Green flag sector 3. Activate
You know what?
motor.
I will also increase the camber a little bit. Yeah, the M6, but I think it should definitely be competitive. So we're almost in the race session.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
I'm just gonna grab a quick drink and I'll be right back for you. And I'm back. Hello Molly, how are you? In case you haven't noticed, all the old GT3 cars now also have the new driver model inside, which also means 360 degrees steering rotation animation. So, let's see. The Pache guys, Patrick, qualified on pole, obviously. And who we have here in the back?
Checkered flag,
It's
V18.
turned. It's also starting from the back. And apparently Tim Yarshall as well. I'm not drunk, but I'm a bit tired today. But now the adrenaline will solve that. Okay, we have a warm-up, good. Yeah, car looks great. I hope I will not cut too much grass. I'll not be playing lawnmower too much in this race. Well, you have at least you know that they'll come out in December, and December is not much longer. Thanks, Dubsy. Hi, Face Hero. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. 1 minute to race. Hi Michael. Yes, the car not being in the store anymore means you cannot buy the car, you cannot buy any liveries for the car. So you better get them now, if you want to keep them. "90 minutes race should give us plenty of time to catch up. I think we should aim for a podium if everything goes well. I think damage is enabled on the server, so hopefully we will not crash. That's gonna be the most important thing. Yes, damage is enabled.
Checkered flags out, P18.
Okay. Setup is ready. Everything else is ready. Let's go. It's gonna be difficult to overtake as always on the Nordschleife. Let's see, we are on position 18. Is there anyone behind us? Yeah, few cars actually. Who are these guys? That's Lucas Fuchs. Oh, he's still in the pits. Ah, there he is. Alright. Thanks, Danny. I need to focus from now on, so forgive me if I don't read the chat too much from here on.
Okay, George, get ready. Green, green, green.
Wow.
Sector 1 is clear.
Okay, no crash so far.
Keep it going.
Let's see how everybody makes it through Flugplatz and Schwedenkreuz. Had to lift a little bit here, couldn't see where I'm going. Let's see if we can sneak by here, yes. P15. Always difficult to judge the opponent's braking points. Driving in the back of the grid. Wow.
Sector 2 is clear.
Should be able to outbrake him here.
Okay, George, keep on the pressure. He'll make a mistake.
A little bit of contact, but it's all good. Side-by-side action. 13. Our lower wing is paying off a little bit in these sections.
The guy behind is now 0.36.
Guy behind is also catching though. Maybe he's even running lower wing. Or it's all slipstream.
Make him do all the work. Focus on your exits. The gap is 0.73.
To stay very low in the carousel. Well, so far so good, I would say. Still a long race ahead of us. Flags are out. Nothing major. If we stay close now, we should be able to overtake at least one guy on the straight in the slipstream. White flag.
Flag in sector 3.
Man, sorry, but this guy was a bit all over the place here.
Sector 3.
We don't have any slipstream, unfortunately. Yeah, I need to take care of my shifts a little bit more, I guess.
The captain, Ravi, in front is now 1.65.
But yeah, P18 to P11 in one lap. It's a good start. Can work from here.
P11.
Another one down. B10. Has a bit short gears, this RUF, compared to the other GT3 cars.
The gap to Ravi behind is increasing. It's now 0.67. Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. Green flag Sector 1.
We're catching quite fast.
Yellow flag in Sector 2. Sector 2 is clear. The gap ahead is now 3.47.
Yeah, I need to watch my revs so they don't go into the red too much. That is hurting the engine. Ooh, scary. P9.
Yellow flag, stay sharp. Sector 3 is yellow. We think USA has been dead.
P8. Yeah, the exit of the carousel can be a bit tricky.
USA, you tied for the race. Sector 3 is clear.
A bit between the gears here. It could be fourth, but
Alright, George, stay close.
also third gear.
It's now about 0.83.
Yeah.
Yellow flag.
Those carousels, you have to be careful on the exit. Need the right trajectory, the right angle coming out of them. So this time we'll have a slipstream.
Sector 3 is clear.
If not the best one, so we're already catching early on the straight. Should be enough to overtake Schneider though. Mach schnell! This schnell is becoming a meme. Oh, still side by side here. Somebody has to back out. He did. On the grass though, but okay. P6, nice.
Okay, George, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. P6, you've just done a 6:45.2 seconds. Good luck. That's your
Podium
course
should be
today.
doable. Victory probably not. Bache is probably too quick.
Binder is now retired.
Mach schnell.
You're gaining on this guy. The gap's now 1.00.
Well, it's still a very long race. So podium is definitely realistic if we keep it together, of course. Wow. Well, regarding gear ratio, you have to keep in mind that this is
Okay, George,
a semi-fictional
straight lines.
GT3,
Wait,
it's
make a
not a
mistake.
Porsche. So I'm assuming that Alex took a little bit of liberty when making the physics of this one.
Nice pass.
But I agree that the gears are a bit short. Doesn't fit very well on this track.
The gap behind is now 0.69.
So now we got 7 seconds to catch up. So hopefully we'll be behind P4 next lap. Wow. Already CP4. I can see P4, 3 and 2.
Okay, George.
Bacher is way ahead. I don't think we will catch him on P1. If we're lucky,
Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
P2 could be possible. Let's see how we're catching P3 after we
Green flag Sector
pass
3.
P4 if
Just
we do.
gone 39.3 seconds.
The RUF is going out because of licensing reasons. Agreements with Porsche. But if you bought it, then you will keep it, so we're just upselling them.
P5, that's your fastest lap. Sector 3 is 1.90 off the pace.
That was quite a moment. Cost me half a second minimum. Thank you. I think we'll still be able to catch Anthony this lap.
George, you've used half your fuel. The gap in front is now 4.25.
Yeah. We'll catch the guy, don't worry. Hopefully. If I don't make anything stupid. Thanks. Almost down to less than 4 seconds. P3 gap is quite steady. Where are the other guys starting from the back? I can see Lucas Fuchs is on P8 already, Tim right behind him. You have to be careful that those guys are not catching, because they will eventually if we don't stay on it. Okay, down to 3 seconds. I think we'll be able to pass him on the straight latest, hopefully.
George, gaining on the guy in front. The gap is 2.12. Hello, flag sector 3.
That was a tank slapper. Oh man.
Green flag sector 3.
Guess we're not gonna pass him on the straight then. Yeah, you have to be careful with the weight transfers in this car. The rear engine tends to get this pendulum effect sometimes.
Is now 9.24.
Okay, we still got over 1 hour of racing on the clock.
Leader has just done 6:38.9.
E3 is within reach. The gap is diminishing, even with small mistakes. If we stay on it, podium should be possible. We don't get caught from behind, because there was a few more guys starting from the back that are really quick. Lucas and Tim Yasho, Fuchs and Yasho, they're only 10 seconds behind me.
The gap ahead is now 3.21. Sector 3 is 4.00 off the pace.
Okay, focus again now. Hello, Martin.
The gap in front is now 3.20.
keep an eye on the fuel. It's turning red already.
See a minor wear on your left front.
Yeah, I hope the engine survives.
The gap in front is now 1.7.
I keep shifting too late.
Retired. Front is now 0.53.
Okay, this should be an easy slipstream overtake, hopefully. He's not starting to drive zigzag. No.
Alright George, keep an eye on the pressure, he'll make a mistake.
Must be run quite low wing though. Not that much more speed, thank you.
The next car is wide now.
Okay, now we have to push if we want to make it on the podium.
P4, that's your quickest lap.
I forgot to check how much fuel I need per lap on the straight. Should have done that. Calculate fuel for 55 minutes.
You're pulling away. The gap behind is now 0.68. We estimate 128 meters.
Thank you. See what it says on the display. 15 liters per lap. Okay. We can drive 2 more laps in theory.
Sector 3 is clear.
No, I don't need glasses, but the wheel is exactly hiding my display. Although I would need glasses. I'm a bit short-sighted, but I can see the monitor in front of me, no problem. Okay, I'm catching now. Looks like 3 and 2 are fighting a little bit against each other. They just lost a second or two.
2.98. We're seeing minor wear all around.
Yeah, we have to make sure that we have like 16 liters left when we cross finish line. I think we can make another lap after this one. Okay, now Widener made another mistake. I'm down to 6 seconds now.
Okay, George, you're reeling. Widener in. The gap is 5.40.
There he is. This will be tight. Do we make another lap? I don't think so. But then how much fuel do we put in? Let's figure that out next lap. This will be very tight.
0.02, the leader's pitting now.
We are not even half time. We will be half time after next lap.
4.36.
Okay, 16 liters. Looks good. Definitely have to come in next lap. Oh, they're pitting now. Will they have enough fuel for the second stint?
Well done, George. This is terrific. Exactly what we
Probably,
came
yes.
for. You're in the lead. That lap was at 6.42.
Everybody's pitting. Oh no. I hope I didn't make a mistake.
Off the pace.
No, but I should have enough fuel on board for one more lap. Yeah, it's getting dangerously close, but I think we'll make it into the pit lane. We should. If I can trust the estimation showing to me on my display, that is. It's a bit risky. Definitely want to make sure to only stop once though. But yeah, that would have worked even if I had pitted this lap, I think.
The gap behind is now 10 seconds.
Maybe not drive on the absolute limit this lap. Lift and coast a little bit. Will cost a few seconds though.
5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
5 minutes of fuel remaining. Yeah, we'll make it. Oh man, I don't want to look at the display. Nine liters. It's going down quick. Don't tell me my data display lied to me. I don't think so. Hello, Happy Fun. How are you? That's the first one with missing the speed limit. But I see Anthony behind me also didn't pit. 7 liters. Oh my god. Too close to be comfortable.
You're halfway home. Should be about 3 minutes of fuel left. The gap behind is now 14 seconds.
Lifting a little bit, coasting as much as I can without losing too much time. Five liters. We're almost there though. Now we need to figure out how much fuel to put in. This. Calculate fuel for 50 minutes.
We think about 111 liters.
Just make a full tank of fuel, I guess. Gonna be sure that I can do the extra lap if needed.
Please, George.
2 liters. Okay, now we're rolling downhill. Let's make sure not to mess up the pit stop. Hashtag Jimmy Broadband, never forget.
2 liters remaining.
Okay, 1 liter. That was close. Woof. Now we're definitely good on fuel towards the end, to the end. Bache is already passed. Okay, we'll not catch him. Anthony is coming into the pits behind us. We should come out ahead of Weidner and maybe Doubler too. Let's see, let's see. Well, it will be close. Come on, guys, refuel. Oh, this is gonna take forever. I think we'll come out behind them. Go on. Tires. Start the engine. Go.
P3,
No!
just been given a drive-through. Car approaching. Watch your mirrors.
There was no line. Where was that line? Why? I was too eager to get on the throttle. And I was pretty sure I was already out of pit lane. Guess I wasn't. Gosh. Darn it.
You've got 3 laps to serve this penalty.
That's... Well, there goes our podium. Fuck. Now I know how Jimmy felt. His pit stops, man. Should have practiced them. But that's... The stupid thing is that there is no pit line, because it's not the traditional pit lane. Why didn't you drive past me, Tim? There was plenty of space.
5-3.
Oh man, I'm so stupid. But whatever, this drive-through will cost us 10 seconds. It's not all over.
He's just retired from the race.
Who retired? Somebody ahead of me.
Your tyre temps are looking good.
Yashel catched up a lot of time, and Lucas too. They must have had a shorter pit stop. Yeah. The problem with this version of the track is that this pit lane is not really a pit lane, and there are no white lines. I was probably 1 meter too early releasing the pit limiter.
Alright George, don't let this guy distract you.
I practiced the pit in,
Sector 3 is yellow.
not the pit out though. Should have played it more safe. But I was under such pressure, man.
Green flag sector 3.
Oh well, what can we do now? We'll probably lose our position to Yashel, Fuchs and Bacher.
Sector 3 is yellow.
Maybe we can make up one place after the penalty. But I doubt it. So looks like we're gonna come out at P6. Thank you. Ah, such a stupid mistake. I'm angry at myself. Yeah, go ahead, pass me. I have to do a drive-through anyway.
Come on George, keep pushing, we might get it back.
Could have been a podium otherwise. Obviously we would have needed to defend from Tim, who just passed us, but we pretty much let him pass us because at this point with a drive-through there's no point in defending. Thank you. Hello Zephyr Box. But at least I put in as much fuel as possible. So if there would be a case of where people who pitted one lap earlier ran out of fuel, we could make those positions back. But I don't think that will be the case. It could be close though, depending on when Pache crosses the finish line. If he crosses the finish line shortly before the timer reached 0, they have to do one more lap. Could be close for those guys who pitted one lap earlier. So at least now I get the opportunity to show you guys how to serve your drive-through penalty. Hopefully I manage to do it without problems myself. Means we are announcing our pit stop, and you can see now in the top it says drive-through, but it's not green, so we need to select it by pressing the confirm button. Now it's selected, so we should be able to just drive in the pit lane now. Hi Roland.
George, come on mate, defend your position.
Now let's stay in the pit limiter long enough so we don't get another drive-through.
That's a white flag.
And there's Tim going off. I have no idea when to put in the limiter here. Need to confirm the actions. So, as always, right? So now we should be good. Hopefully we didn't go in too quick into the pit lane.
P6, pit exit's clear.
Alright. Success! And we're in P6, but not far behind Bache. I think we can catch him. Luckily the pit lane is rather short here, so it didn't cost us too much. Yeah, we should be able to take back P5. I don't think we'll catch Tim after that. Oh no!
The front is now 2-1-2-0.
Okay, focus again. Pit limiter until Hockenheim, yeah. Almost felt like that. Yeah, I mean this is really a problem if there's no lines, if there's no pit line. How are you supposed to know when you can release it? That's why this layout is not really meant for racing. Well, it is actually, for historic cars, maybe. But back then, the actual historic layout back then in the 80s, when there wasn't a Grand Prix circuit yet, probably had pit lines. Maybe I can file this as a bug, maybe we'll be able to fix it in the future. Put a line and a sign in the traffic light so you know where to slow down. I'm not just trying to make excuses, guys. Yeah, the fuel question is an interesting question indeed. The guys who pitted one lap before me I don't know, I don't have the time or the
Okay, George.
don't have the time to calculate it, but
1.86.
it could be close. That's what I was thinking earlier. But then probably the leader will make sure not to cross the finish line. He will probably slow down so he crosses the finish line when the countdown is over. But depending on where on the track he is, he might need to slow down a lot if he wants to make it. At which point it might be more clever to do another pit stop beforehand, if he sees it coming. But again, this is all under the assumption that they are tight on fuel, which I don't know. I need to go back and focus so we can actually catch Bache here in front of us.
102.40.
I don't think I'm close enough for slipstream. Or am I? I might just be in the slipstream now, yes. I am. Plus low wing seems to work great here. Nice. Back on P5. 30 minutes to go. I don't think we can catch anyone else, to be honest, by pure race pace.
Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3
They have to make a mistake, otherwise this will be our end position. Very likely.
Sector 3 is clear.
Yashil. Oh, he is in the pits.
Okay, George, just keep hitting your marks. This is looking good. P3.
Why did he go in the pits? Did he realize there wasn't enough fuel? Or did he have a penalty as well? No.
Sector 1 is yellow.
Interesting. P3, nice. Back on the podium, guys.
Sector 1 is clear.
Lucas Fuchs also is behind us again. Did he overtake us earlier? When we did our drive-through, I think so. Confusing.
The gap behind is now 1.02.
Did they realize they didn't have enough fuel? No. Why would they pit so early then? They would have stopped later, I think. The Bachers might actually be father and son, if I'm not mistaken. Same as the Yarshals, there's also father and son. Yeah, they did pit before halftime, but if they put in a full amount of fuel, 110 liters, that should get you a little bit further than 45 minutes. I'm questioning if I even make it on this amount of fuel. This is why I like endurance racing. It's about so much more than just the action on track. The whole strategy element and the experience of the drivers is a much bigger factor. They definitely both had a very short stop when they stopped. So yeah, they probably went in for a little bit more fuel. Man, that would be insane if my late stop would be the race decider. But hang on, Beidner? Did he also stop early? Oh, now Bach did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Weiner did too, that's right. Or did he? I think he did. There was no real issue. I mean, the issue was that there's no white line that tells you when you can release the bit speed limiter. So I was assuming I can, that I'm already out of the pit lane, but apparently I wasn't. That was the whole issue. So I'm arguing that this track needs a pit line in this pit lane. I know, sounds like an excuse. Hi Maxime. Robert Stanley, field of view is default, so I haven't done anything. All I did was moving the seat forward.
4.06.
Maybe in the future the crew chief will have more detailed information on pit strategy. Don't know if he has all the information needed for that. I think he might. It would be cool if the crew chief would serve more as an engineer, telling you what and when to pit.
Gap to wide ahead is now 15 seconds.
Okay, we have 22 minutes left on the clock. Worst case scenario, we will have to do an additional lap, which we're gonna add 8 minutes, let's say. So let's calculate fuel for 30 minutes.
We estimate 69 litres.
69. I think we should be fine. Not quite 8 minutes, it's more like 6 minutes left. No, actually 7. Yeah. I think we should be fine without another stop, even if there's an additional lap.
Is now 6.39.
Could be close, depending on how close Bacher crosses the finish line after the countdown, or before the countdown has ended the race time. Cross the fingers, guys. I'm crossing my fingers that P1 and 2 are pitting again. How awesome would that be? Still curious though why Yashel and Fuchs pitted again. Did they really realize early on that they had too little fuel in? Oh, that's right. Why not left to pit again? Oh, has to pit again. You think so? I hope so. I also hope that I will make it in any case with my amount of fuel, but I should be. Unless...
Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow.
Connection lost. What the... That can't be me. That must be the server. Why? I don't see how that... I mean, my internet is fine. Stream is still up. The server also seems to be still up. Why? What the... Oh man, where did that... No, hang on. Yeah, no. I think their server crashed or something. Yeah, their server is gone. What a shame. I would have loved to see the end of this race. Who knows? God knows how this could have ended. Yeah, it was not me. The server crashed apparently. Shame. Real shame. Real shame. Maybe I can jump on their TeamSpeak and figure out what's going on. Well, too bad, man. Batman. It would have been a podium for sure, and it could have been more if the strategy was in such a way that they would have needed to pit again. See if I can find that TeamSpeak address. Well, yeah, it's a shame, but I mean, it was quite entertaining up until this point. And I'm quite happy with my performance, being on the podium at the minute when the server crashed. Okay, I found the TeamSpeak address. It's gonna probably be a German TeamSpeak, so let's see.
Connected. Channel switch.
Ja, das ist einfach tot. Ich kam noch nicht mal mehr rauf.
David allerseits.
Ich dachte schon, bei mir war das Internet weg.
Hallo. Nein.
Nicht nur bei euch, bei uns alle ist das. Ja, war einmal plötzlich aus. Ich so, oh nein, ich habe nur noch einen roten Bildschirm gehabt. Ich so, shit. Ich bin rausgeflogen und dann, nee, alle sind rausgeflogen.
Ja, schade, schade.
Das ist echt scheiße, ja. Vor allem, ja, also ich habe ja keine Runde hinbekommen. Da dachte ich dann so, ja, jetzt muss ich zwangsweise von hinten losfahren. Und dann habe ich gesehen, okay, Georg fährt wahrscheinlich auch von hinten los. Und dann hat Lukas auch noch gesagt, okay, er macht auch mit.
Hey, Lukas und Tim, wieso seid ihr nochmal in die Box reingefahren?
Wegen Sprit?
Ja? Ihr habt ja eine Runde früher gestoppt als ich, oder? Beim ersten Stop.
Glaube schon, ja.
Weil ich denke, ich hätte es bis zum Ende geschafft mit einem Stop. Vermutlich. Deswegen hätte mich auch interessiert, ob P1 und P2 nochmal stoppen hätten müssen.
Also ich war schwer am Überlegen, aber ich glaube, ich wäre das Risiko eingegangen. Das wäre ganz knapp aufgegangen.
Theoretisch hätten dir 10 Liter gefehlt.
Naja.
Was ist passiert? Also kurze Frage, wird das Rennen jetzt nochmal neu gestartet?
Das ist die Frage. Zurzeit ist das Problem, ich komme noch nicht mal auf unseren Root-Server zurzeit drauf. Also der Server ist komplett gecrashed. Ich habe aktuell keinen Zugriff auf den Server. Das ist gerade mein Problem. Also, ich weiß nicht, was da passiert ist oder wie auch immer. Ich bin gerade schon da in Kontakt mit denen. Der Server wurde jetzt neu gestartet, also ein Hardware-Start, Neustart gemacht und ja, sollte in einer Minute wieder funktionieren, wurde mir jetzt, also das ist wahrscheinlich so eine automatische Mail, die ich einfach nur bekomme, so eine Nachricht und Ah ja, jetzt kann ich auch wieder drauf zugreifen. Ne, der Server hat einfach mal gesagt, ich bin mal down. Ja, tut mir leid. Wie gesagt, es gibt jetzt zwei Möglichkeiten. Entweder belassen wir es dabei oder wir machen nochmal einen Neustart mit, weiß ich nicht, einfach so mal 20 Minuten, 25 Minuten, 30 Minuten, weiß ich nicht, und einfach just for fun und fahren.
Also ich hätte da schon Bock drauf.
Ich will auch
Also wir haben über 50% des Starterfelds verloren.
Ich denke, viele wären da vielleicht auch glücklich, wenn sie dann nochmal eine zweite Chance bekommen würden.
Ich nicht. Bin ich
Nein, also jetzt wirklich in die Runde gefragt. Möchtet ihr nochmal eine Runde drehen und dann einfach ohne Quali, dass man sagt 10 Minuten Training und dann einfach random ins Rennen reingehen?
Ja, das wäre witzig.
Warum nicht?
Jack.
Wir können aber 3-4 Runden drehen.
Aber Gianni, ich muss euch eins sagen, hammergeiler Stream.
Gut,
Ja.
wir sind aber dann wieder unten.
Das freut uns. Ja, wie gesagt, ich werde den Server neu einrichten. 30 Minuten Rennen, okay, dann mache ich 10 Minuten Training und dann geht's nach dem Training sofort ins Rennen über.
Okay.
Alles klar.
Immer noch selbe Passwort?
Das Passwort würde ich so lassen, ja.
Alles klar.
Aber wartet bitte, bis wir drauf sind.
Genau, wir geben euch das Go, sobald wir drauf sind, okay?
Alles klar.
30 Minuten Rennen.
Ist das okay?
Ja, das geht klar.
Ich bin wahrscheinlich raus, aber ihr habt wahrscheinlich euch viel Spaß noch.
Danke.
Ja, danke, Georg.
Jo, danke.
Einen wunderschönen
Danke.
Abend. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Disconnected.
Okay, guys. So yeah, server crashed. They're gonna restart it, but I'm out for tonight. I think it was quite entertaining up until that point. I'm pretty certain that the leading duo would have needed to pit again, which would have put us in P1. I don't want to speculate too much, but it seems very likely, also by what they said. Seems very likely that they would have needed to pit again. Man, we could have won this race, regardless of our drive-thru. It's a real shame we couldn't see the end of it. But it was real fun though. So yeah, it's probably not the last time we're gonna see the roof. But very likely we will see more Porsches in the future. Thanks, Amora. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that the leading guys, P1 and 2, would have needed to stop again. Man, that would have been a crazy last lap. Thanks, Meridan. Good to hear that you enjoyed. Thanks, Steven. Porsche, baby. Very soon, guys. Yeah, that's correct. If you have a triple screen and you're using the true triple screen startup argument, then field of view will be calculated automatically. But you can tweak it. There's a thread on the forums, Sector 3 forums, that you should check out with instructions on how to exactly get triple screen working properly. Well, the server is password protected. You would need to be a member of this RRVGT community to get the password. So if you're up for that, you can just go to their forums or to their TeamSpeak. There's a link in the description. And there's probably still room, so if you just go there and ask for the password, they will give it to you. Karma is a bitch, yeah. Yeah, I still don't see this drive-through penalty. I was certain I was already out of the pit lane, of what is considered pit lane on this track. Maybe it wasn't the exit, maybe it was the entry, but I was pretty early on the limiter too. Probably was the exit. I'm gonna push for our artists to make a pit line on this track. So yeah, but the drive-through was considerably short, so we only lost about maybe 15 seconds. And yeah, the late pit stop, the long first stint, coming in with just 1 liter left, could have been the deciding factor, because everybody else came in 1 lap earlier. Man, I would have loved to see the end of this race. Thanks, Sufferbox. Thanks, greetings to Prague. How many guys are working with us in the office? Not a whole lot in the office. There's some people who work remotely. And in the office we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 or 8 people. So not a lot. 8 people, it's not a lot at all. But if you count all the guys working remotely for Sector 3 Studios, we're, I think, about 20 people. Maybe a bit less. Yeah, 20. I'll make sure to forward this as a bug. I think it is a bug, because if there's no pit line, how are you supposed to know when you can or when you need to enable and disable the pit limiter? Unless there is a line and I just haven't seen it, but I don't think so. I'll check again though. Next big plans with R3 is a big Porsche patch in December. And after that, I hope very much so that we are going back to work on the ranked multiplayer system, including licenses, reputation and skill rating and scheduled races and all the good stuff. And then there's of course also a lot of esport activities coming again in the future, new online championships that are going to be broadcasted in collaboration with partners, and definitely make sure to keep an eye out for that if you are into the competitive line, the competitive racing. And then hopefully, I also hope that we can get the multi-class feature in for single player. Those things are the ones that I would lobby the most for in the office. But unfortunately, those are not the only things that we have on our to-do list. Roland, I'm working with marketing most of the time. I'm creating all the video trailers and graphic assets, and I do all the social media stuff for Sector 3 and RaceRoom. But I also do other stuff sometimes. I made, for example, this Nordschleife camera, the track camera that you see now when you're following the cars around. I made this one. Thanks JG1391. I also painted a couple of Porsches that you'll get to see when it's out. So yeah, various things. Das verschiedene Dinge. Well, server crash is not R3E's fault, that's the server's fault. All the other servers are still up. Alex? Yeah, friends, that's actually correct. I'm only reading your message now. Sorry, I'm sometimes missing a few messages, but that is actually a good hint to when you can release the bit limiter. I should have thought about that. I usually don't look at this overly. I always just look at what's on track. But in theory, you're right, yes. Yeah, I've seen Jan Seifert's latest video where he talks about that SMS apparently, that's how I interpret it, asked him to take down the video where he isn't saying many good things about Project Cars. Typical SMS, always bullying people. But yeah, he put the video back up. Because of course, I mean, he is free to say his opinion, and if he doesn't like Project Cars, then that's his opinion. You can't force people, and he's also making it very clear that RaceRoom is not paying him to say good things about RaceRoom. Man, those roof jokes are just coming in. Porsche preview stream, if there's still time for it, because it's coming very soon. I spoke to Jimmy Broadbent. I just briefly touched with him that he could potentially do a stream. I need to send him a message about that tomorrow. So hopefully he can do a stream. And if there's still time, then maybe I can do a stream as well. Hi Jokama. Yeah, I think we'll wrap this stream up very soon. Make sure you guys join my Discord channel. I spend a lot of time adding some bots to fill it with interesting content. And hopefully that should be a place where you guys can hang out and chat even if I'm not streaming. Yeah, apparently Ian Bell said that their Nordschleife ACE lasers can't. I mean, potentially it is probably maybe based on that data, but then they didn't do a very good job in translating that data. There are some things, some curves and even some elevations that I remember from driving it. I need to drive it again. I don't have very good memory of the track in Project Cars, but I remember not liking it that much. It didn't feel intuitive. I've driven it in Assetto Corsa and RaceRoom. I haven't driven it in iRacing, but I'm sure the iRacing version is very good as well. And I felt at home right away in all those versions. Not so much in Project Cars. Thank you, diesen scheiß langen Namen kann sich doch keine Sau merken. I'm not German by nationality, but German is my native language. As you can probably tell by my German accent. Cheers, Cephalobox. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we can do some more things with Jimmy in the future. He's a cool guy and also a very quick driver. Could probably have some close racing with him. Shame that he got taken out of that race on Friday so early. But as you could see in this stream, everybody can make mistakes in the pit lane. So did I today. It happens. But arguably this mistake was yeah, it was stupid, but I'm still blaming the missing pit line. Yeah, cool to hear Bados, Wales, but Jimmy probably doesn't gain as much from my followers than I would gain from his followers, but I'm quite happy with how my channel is developing. It's growing slowly but steadily, and I think we have a very nice community, and I'm definitely having a lot of fun streaming my races, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching them. Yeah, one thing is the geometry of the tracks in Project Cars. I mean, I have to say all the other tracks are pretty spot on. Spa, for example, I drove quite a bit and I was feeling quite right at home on it. But the other thing is the car physics. I've driven the GT3 cars in Project Cars. I did not like them. I drove the Porsche, of course, and it was I just drove it with the default setup, and it had extremely a big amount of oversteer. It was very unstable, very easy to lose the rear on corner exit, and not just because of power oversteer. It's just it felt like it rotates too much. It's weird. While the Porsche is known to have understeer because of the heavy rear engine. News about RaceRoom and Unreal Engine? No news at the moment, other than that Simban is still working on getting that tech ready, which is of course no easy task. It's a lot of work to be done. You know, integrating the physics engine, AI, all these things, cameras, and very fundamental parts of what needs to be in a driving game, of course needs to be integrated with the Unreal Engine 4, which we could have just used the engine, the physics engine that is integrated in Unreal 4, but don't think it would be good enough. So getting these fundamental things in is the biggest chunk of work that is going on at the moment. And it's also the most important thing, so once all those foundations have been laid, then it's just about making cars and tracks and art, which should be no problem. For Unreal Engine 4 is much easier to work with than the engine we're currently working with. And it's also looking much better. And it has all those things that we all want, like weather and dynamic night cycle, day and night cycle. I can show you the pit exit, but yeah, it's probably hard to see what went wrong, because all I did was releasing the limiter too early. Must be this lap, right? No, next lap. Yeah. Yeah, I hope so, Billy. But it's a long road to get there because of the things that I just mentioned. That foundation work needs to be laid out first. And then it's just a matter of porting over content. So let's look at this here. I'm in the pit limiter now. I think this was early enough on the entry. But yeah, you also have to see that. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, I released it just a bit too early, I guess. Ah, come on. How is this still part of the pit lane? You see, there's no line. Let's see on the entry, there's probably also no line. Yeah, but what I was going to say was that RaceRoom does a lot of things that also would need to be, of course, carried over to a new platform if there was one in the future. Yeah, there's definitely no line, no nothing. So in some way, switching to a new engine, it's a bit like starting from scratch. So there will be things that will be missing, and in day one probably. But as always, work never stops, so we'll always continue to develop it. If you guys keep supporting us, and we're still here in 1 or 2 or 3 years, then we'll continue to develop RaceRoom. End of the barrier is the exit. Yeah, must be. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was just a bit too early, man. Anyway, guys, I think this will wrap it up for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe and all that good stuff, and also join my Discord so we can keep the discussion going even when the stream is offline. And for tonight I say thanks for watching, take care, good evening, goodbye.